Uh-huh.
If you fail
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. Right now, it sounds like my voice is synthesized for a second there. I need to go to the hospital because I haven't had my voice for 3 months now.
Time to check it out, bro. Might just be a cold.
But we might as well pay attention to Kyle because he was holding up something. What's going on, Doctor?
I did too much shopping again.
All great games, though.
Yeah, but and pretty much for nothing. You got it for free.
Yeah.
I guess technically.
You got all 3 of those games for the price of one. Close.
So Spider-Man was free. Well, Spider-Man was free because I bought a new PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man was free. Soul Calibur was $35. I ended up getting Spyro for $5.
$5? Where the hell did you get that for $5?
It was $29.99 at GameStop.
Oh yeah, you used the game. Okay, yeah.
I used my points, so I got it for $5.
So like Van said, you pretty much got those for free.
This for $20.
Moon.
Ultra Moon for $20.
Awesome, Moon.
And then I went a little more crazy. I ended up buying Ori digitally on Xbox. I bought Neo, the complete edition, for like 16. No. I forgot. No, $22. I'm sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if he had Game Pass,
you would have.
He would have Ori for free, and not just Ori.
Ori 2 when it comes out.
Too bad I don't have Game Pass.
I was waiting for your response. I'm like, what's he gonna say?
No Game Pass for me. I buy my actual games. Thank you very much. Nah, maybe I'll do Game Pass one day.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
I'm sure. But if I did it, I would have to do like a yearly thing.
You're gonna do it when Battlefield comes out.
Probably. But then I bought 2 games for the Switch, 2 indie games.
What's that? Oh, Dead Cells is supposed to be that's the Game of the Year nominee. We got to get into that.
Oh, is that the one that's the Game of the Year nominee?
Yeah, the game. It's like Castlevania.
Okay, let's be real though.
I know. I'm just saying.
Can we all be real?
At least it got nominated. You know, it's not gonna win, but at least it got nominated.
Yeah, we all got to be real with ourselves here.
It's too many.
Hey, but you know what? An indie game got nominated for Game of the Year, which is.
Isn't that every year though?
Yeah,
no.
Cuphead was last year. Bastion got nominated, and I actually think it won that year, or it came second or third, one of those.
Bastion is fucking incredible.
Yeah, Bastion's amazing though. What indie game won, Kyle? The ones that made Limbo. The ones that made the Limbo game, they won that year.
Game of the Year?
I don't think it was Game of the Year. I'm not sure, but it won something big because it was major when it won.
Huh?
What was that game called, Van? You was the one that told me about it. It was like you're in prison. You're like in prison trying to get out the whole time.
A Way Out?
Nah, not A Way Out.
Awesome, D9. Be nice to see you back in the lounge just in time for Smash, which we will get into.
Yeah, I was about to say we got to get into Smash.
Yes. Yeah, so some great sales. Awesome holidays. Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Awesome.
Too much eating. I gained like 10 pounds.
Awesome. My first year, 16 years. The last 16 years. No, 15. I've hosted Thanksgiving. This is the first time in the last 15 years that I did not host Thanksgiving.
I bet it was a lot stressful, though.
Wow.
A lot less stressful.
It's never stressful for me.
Oh, okay. Well, see, for me, it is because we have. It's ridiculous.
No, but I'm saying like I don't cook,
Oh, okay.
so
That's
exactly.
I hate to be that way, but
I thought
Let's be
because
honest.
I thought because you were like the host, like you had to do the cooking, but your wife most likely takes the cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
yeah.
not. I wish that was the case for me.
no, but she loves it though.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
missed it, but you know, it was cool. It was cool. I enjoy it at my house. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy it because then I don't have to go anywhere, and everyone's come. I miss it, but it was fun. We did it. We had a great time. So ate a lot. But as far as Black Friday, did you guys do anything? We just seen what Kyle got. Did you?
I got Spiral like Kyle, but I had to pay the. I should have used my game something because I don't use it, and well, I do use it, but I haven't used it in a while. My points are probably mad high right now. I got to check that, but I did buy Spiral and Crash together because they have the the collection together for $70. But I mean, they're both 40 individually, so I mean, it's kind of
Not
like
bad,
a
not
$5-10 save. And then I bought Injustice 2. I don't know why. I just think because the Ninja Turtles are in it, I was like, I have to get it just to use it.
Battlefield 5 was $9
The new
on
is that the
on
new one?
PlayStation Plus.
That's the new one.
Battlefront. Battlefront.
Battlefront.
Yeah,
Oh,
Battlefront 2 was $9.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's
PlayStation-
always like $9.
No, it's usually $39.99. It goes on sale often, but like it's only for like a week and then it goes back to regular price. But it was funny because the only reason why like I grabbed it right away was because I had a free $15 points from PlayStation for no reason. No idea why.
So you got it for free.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't do a lot this year, surprisingly. I think because I know the games out. There's not too much that I care about coming out, and then I'm so wrapped around Red Dead right now, and I know Smash is coming out, so I'm just like I'm not going to be able to. I just know I'm not going to be able to get into it like that this year.
So I got a couple quick stories. All right. One huge shout out to Target because Target gave us a PlayStation Pro with Black Ops 4, and the PlayStation Pro came with the game. I'm trying to think what game it came with.
Was it Spider-Man?
Red Dead. Yep. Red Dead.
Wow.
So it was the Red Dead.
Oh, that one we got.
package. Yep. For $100.
What? Yo, shout out to you, Target. That's what's up.
Yep. So that was huge. So we now have a Pro at the lounge. So now we are running
Nice.
5 PlayStation 4 strong.
Nice.
And then we have 2 VR setups with a bunch of VR games. We had one-on-one Spark. That game, when you're playing with someone you know, is so dope, and especially when they're sitting right next to you. Yo, I got a bruise on my eye because I knocked myself out almost. Crazy. And then we bought 3 more 40 inches. We have a 50-inch 4K TV on the way to go with that PlayStation. We bought 2 more Switches, so we're going to have a total of 3 Switches ready for Smash Ultimate.
You don't need that.
We bought, we bought an Xbox One S, which big ups to Xbox because actually this is more my amazing planning opposed to Xbox's that I had all my games saved mostly on my external drive, so switching over to the S wasn't that bad. The
Yeah.
Pro was a fucking nightmare. It took fucking 3 days
Yeah.
because I had so
Oh,
many
jeez.
games. I have almost 100 games on my PlayStation, so not my PlayStation, the lounge PlayStation. So
That's because the original Xbox is way slower than the S, though. The original
no,
Xbox
this is Pro.
You talk about going from the because you said you got the S.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm saying the S got way faster
Well,
than the One
that's
X.
still, but it's still downloading.
Yeah.
But like most of my games are on the hard drive, so when I plugged it in, I didn't realize I did it that way. But I only had a 500 gig in that Xbox, so that's why I didn't have much installed on it. So that saved me from having to install in 60 games. So yeah, so that's cool. But we have the S out there now, so now we have 3 Xboxes. 3 Xboxes, 5 PlayStation 4s, and 3 Nintendo Switches. My favorite thing that we got for Black Friday. Oh, we also got 2 Xbox One controllers, 2 new PlayStation controllers. That blue Xbox One controller, boy.
I haven't seen that one. Which one is that?
Oh, it's like the Detroit Lions blue.
Oh, I haven't even
It
seen
is
that one.
sexy.
I love blue.
Oh, jeez.
It is
Detroit
sexy.
Lions blue.
The Detroit Lions blue.
Yo,
Oh,
Dustin
geez.
thought he was going to take that controller from me. I was like, boy.
By the way, you need to tell Dustin 2-0. Me.
Yo, he was trying. I'll read you some of the messages he wrote on Thanksgiving.
Oh, he actually was trying to give you
I didn't even have my phone on, so when I turned it on, like, yo, everyone in group chat was trying to talk him down from suicide.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because those controls run high though. They're like $75, $80 for the specialized ones.
Yeah.
Good thing I wasn't in that message.
We got new headsets specifically for PlayStation, Turtle Beach ones. We got new Joy-Cons, so now we can do 4-player Mario Party.
Nice.
Yo, we got. But my favorite thing that we bought, and you boys are going to be so disappointed with me saying this.
Wait, it wasn't the Pro?
No. You ready for this? You are going to be so disappointed with me.
I don't even want to hear it now.
So disappointed with me. You ready for this?
I'm nervous.
Just Dance 2019.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Kyle, why don't you just say it?
Dude.
I knew it.
We turned it on.
I was like, he's going to say Just Dance right now, isn't he?
We turned it on, right, and put it on the projector. And we were just setting up, and we only had like one group of people, and the lady next door that works at Dollar Tree, she was here with her son, her daughter, and a friend, and then her husband. Yo, we all super got into that game.
I mean, off the projector, I feel like it would be better, though. Like, if you played it on a big thing like that.
It's a party game. It's a party game. That's what it's meant for. But let me tell you, F that game on any other console because of how accurate you have to be. The Switch, dude, you don't have to do what they do. So that game is that much better. So, but no, they have a great lineup of songs on this. So that's why I'm saying.
I mean, 2019.
2019, they finally improved.
Yeah. Which is funny because music to me is at an all-time low. But,
it is.
Havana, no, na, na. That song's on there. That's my shit right there. That's my shit.
I know Despacito when I'm on there. Yep. Like all those type of.
Yeah, nah, but like I think it's a fun game. Definitely a fun game. So.
I'm shocked you did. So that did shock me. You're right.
Yeah, we kind of went out of order there. Yeah. I told you that I put them in order, and we kind of went out of order. So. But
I think Black Friday purchases was probably the best one to get out of the way. Anyway.
Yeah, when you held up the disc, I was like, oh, well, I guess we're getting right into that one.
Since you said the best thing about Black Friday, my best thing about Black Friday, well, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, it wasn't even Black Friday, wasn't shopping, or the family, which the family's important. It was actually the Lion King trailer releasing on that same day.
Yeah, but it wasn't much of a trailer.
I mean, it was just seeing, like, Van,
but I mean, we knew.
I know, Van, but seeing that.
And it looks good, but it looks like what we do.
Van, seeing it on that day. Like me and my family eating, and my nephew was like, oh, you see Lion King trailer? I'm like, dude, stop falling for all the fake, because there's like 50 fake ones out there. They use the freaking lion from Prince, what's that movie called? Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Oh, yeah.
People made so much fan-made ones, and I'm like, dude, stop falling for him. He's like, no, it's officially by Disney. So he clicks it, and like two of my family members see me watching it. They was like, why did I just hear Nasa Ben? Yeah, everyone's Nasa Ben. I'm like, I don't even think that's the lyrics, but I was like, this is the Lion King trailer. They had me hook my TV up I had there for family photos, and my entire family, like of 60-something people, watched that little snippet of Lion King. We didn't know what we were going to see. We didn't know, but when we all seen Rafiki come up and then we seen Simba get lifted, it was like.
I mean, it looks good, but I mean, like, it's going to be the Lion King.
But that's, so the thing about how I feel about Lion King is,
I'm excited.
Do you change anything from something that's so perfect?
No.
Or
I think you do what the Jungle Book did.
I love Jungle Book. Jungle
Book was really good. There are going to be a few points that they're going to change and update, but I think all in all, I think that's one of those movies that you can probably leave almost identical.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But that was actually my biggest part, just because the moment, because I was going we were about to go Black Friday shopping.
You had a sad Thanksgiving, my friend. You had a sad Thanksgiving.
Nah, it was dope. I mean, we cooked. I mean, it was a lot of food and stuff, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't do a lot of shopping this year either for Black Friday. It was more household items than it was me getting games from what I normally do.
To be honest, the games weren't really too crazy this year. The controls are the same price that they always are. Mm-hmm. The games, by definition of release, is the same as what they always are. You know what I mean? There were like maybe a couple shockers here and there. I think the PlayStation and Xbox dropping down to $199 was really good. Mm-hmm. The Mario Kart bundle, even though Andre expressed how he felt about that, but at the end of the day,
it's still a free game. Yeah, but I'm just not happy with the free game.
Would you have been happier if it was Odyssey.
Oh yeah. If it was Odyssey, I would have said
But
Nintendo
it's the
was.
same time frame.
Nah, Odyssey.
That's why I asked.
I knew what you were leading
because
up
Mario.
to.
The reason why, because Mario Kart was on the Wii U before it even. The Mario Kart. Was
No,
already
I know
on
what
the
you
Wii
mean.
U,
The
so
deluxe
it was
isn't
like,
a
It was a
real-
deluxe to me. You know how I already feel about these deluxe editions.
I can understand that.
If
However,
it was,
it had all the DLC.
bro, if it was Odyssey, dude, I would have bought my kids one just so they could leave mine alone, just to buy it.
I can understand that.
I can respect it.
I can respect that.
But all in all, like the sales weren't anything spectacular.
Yeah, I agree.
So there was a few shockers here and there, but nothing like, oh my God. I think now we're in probably the third year of these exact sale prices. I just like to see it consistent. Now next year I'm just going to expect it.
It has to be like even lower.
The one that did surprise me, which is the one that I got, was the VR, right? So they had two different VR packages that were the same price, and they were both $225, right? And the one that didn't make sense, one that was $225 had Moss and
The robot game.
the robot
my
one,
brother got that.
right? With just the camera and the headset. Then they had the Apollo Creed in Hot VR one with the camera and the controllers.
Oh wow.
Those controllers are $50 a piece.
Wow.
A piece. And guess what? You can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
So, like,
technology.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Why are they the same price? So I was like, dude,
weird.
The Apollo Creed one's really good. Everyone likes that one. And then the Hot VR one, I haven't played. But the Firewall, pretty good. It's hard as shit. Very, very hard. Very, very hard.
I see my brother playing the robot one. Then I was gonna try Moss, but then he
the robot game. The reason why they made the real robot game was due to the fact of the demo. Not the demo, but the playroom. Everyone loved it, and that was one of their best VR ones. That's what blew me away was the little robot one. Yeah. When I played the playroom, I'm like, this is crazy.
It looks really good.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's best top view VR game they have, by far. So, and it's fun to play.
Nice.
So
you know what I think was the best one for Nintendo, Kyle? The Mario Party one, the one that came with the Joy-Cons.
Oh.
Because you pay $100, you get Mario Party and the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are $80 alone, and then Mario Party is $60. So I mean, you kind of get a big deal from that one. I was like, I had it in my hand, but then I was like, I don't really need another copy of Mario Party because I have two downloaded already. So I'm like, I don't really need it. But that Joy-Con deal just kept making. I was just like.
Yeah.
You're saving so much because of the Joy-Cons alone.
Yeah. Joy-Cons is so expensive.
The Joy-Cons are $80 by themselves.
Only buy them from Walmart, though, because Walmart sells them for $69.99.
Yeah, the solid color ones, right? Like the.
No, we got green, the orange and not orange, the neon ones.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the neon ones.
The blue and the red one.
Yeah. No, we're talking about the neon. It's like actually highlighter color.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, I just want to digress for 1 second because I wanted to share this with somebody. Have any of you guys watched the Titans yet on the DC Network?
I haven't watched it.
Pretty good.
No. I've been waiting to hear what you said about it before I watch it.
Pretty good. A few things bother me. The storyline so far kind of bothers me. But as far as like, it's very graphic. Like,
I heard everyone said it's real mature.
Yo, like stab, blood everywhere, cursing. Like it is extreme. People blowing up.
That's so weird for Teen Titans, though.
Yeah.
That's so weird for.
Well,
Teen
because
Titans.
You're used to seeing like the cartoon Teen Titans. You know what I mean? But they brought this really, really dark. Yeah. Raven and Robin are my two favorite. Beast Boy's done not bad. Starfire, I can't shake it.
I didn't like how
I can't shake it.
For her.
She's dressed like she looks like a prostitute.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like that.
Okay. It's
how's the CGI? How's the CGI
crazy.
Is always my scare.
Crazy.
Does it look fake?
Really good.
Look
no,
real?
really good.
All
I think if we're gonna talk CGI and just looks, I think it might be the best in show wise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All
I think it is the best show wise. I'm very, very impressed. Beast Boy has its
That's what
moments,
I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried
but
about.
like all in all, it's not too bad.
All right, Kyle, we got a show to watch then.
So, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. So, I started watching American Gods today. That show was crazy.
Which one's that? The one that's on Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Showtime.
Showtime.
Yeah, that shit is
I
crazy.
seen that. After I seen what that girl did, well, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That's when I just was like, dude, this
You
is.
stopped?
No, I didn't stop. I kept watching. I was like, I just knew how dark the show was gonna be after that.
I'm only, I think, in my 3rd episode.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Watched Venom yesterday.
How'd you like it? Because I've been waiting on your take on Venom. Because I know you love Venom.
All right, so very hit and miss at the same time. I like the Venom. The character was done awesome. So the character itself was done awesome. How they depicted him, how they
had Eddie, Brock, and Venom.
Yeah, both of them. Brock, his character is still up in the air because even in the comic, no one really knew his personality, but he kind of fit it. He was like that brute idiot, but he they gave him more of a sense of humor in this, I think, than he really would in the comic books.
Yeah.
Like intentionally, like they gave him an intentional sense of humor opposed to accidental just by his nature, you know. But Venom himself was done perfectly.
I agree.
Perfectly. His animation, his personality, his voice, everything he said when he said it, perfect. One of my biggest gripes was how he became an anti-hero. Like, he had no reason. Yeah. And spoiler alert, but he just had no reason. Yeah. And they said it. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you're talking about. They said it in a conversation. Like, they made a joke about it. But that shows that they didn't know what to do with it. And that all at the end of the day has a lot to do with not investing in the Spider-Man being in that universe.
I know. It feels like a whole different universe.
Waited for it.
Me too.
I waited for it. And I was hoping.
I gave it a 9. I thought it was a good movie. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
I was hoping they were going to surprise me like they did in Deadpool 2. Don't say it.
Wait, a Spider-Man appearance?
No, like with the Spider-Man appearance.
Yeah, I know.
But with what they did in Deadpool,
I know what you're talking about.
The bad guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
like, about. Nobody's seen that coming.
I know.
Nobody's seen that coming. I seen it coming when it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it coming before, and that blew me away.
I kept saying that.
And to have the bad guy exactly the way that I wanted him was even better.
Yeah.
So I had a little light in my heart. little light in my heart, hoping for Venom that it was going to happen, or like maybe even in news. But they didn't even have it in New York. Actually, they had it in California.
Yeah, which was
San Francisco.
But he's gonna be going to New York. I don't want to get into it, but like I said, I give it a 9 out of 10, and I love the other ones.
I don't give it a 9.
I liked it, man.
I don't give it a 9.
I mean, that's because you're bigger into Venom than I am. Like, you know the comics, you know the more.
I can't give it a 9 solely because of not having Spider-Man. Solely by itself, already dropped it down.
It felt like this movie was like a Gotham compared to like Spider-Man because how dark they made it.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like it was in the Spider-Verse at all.
The head-eating thing.
Yeah. And you see how successful it's been though. Like the reviews were so bad at the beginning, and then like when the fans seen it, they were like,
"It's good."
What are the critics talking about?
It's good.
And
it's
then
well
the
written.
sales you see in China, it boosted up even more. Venom's selling unbelievable well.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. I definitely watch it again. I don't think it's a bad movie. I would never put it in the bad movie crate. That's one. All right, so it's one of those movies that were good that's going to go unrecognized. The post credits was awesome.
Was my favorite thing.
Yeah. I just don't know how I feel. I knew about the actor. I forgot when I watched it. When I watched it, I was like, "Oh, that's right." And
he's crazy, man.
But I don't know. I don't know if I would have him. Why? Because he did Natural Born Killers?
Nah, he's a crazy actor in general. Woody Harrelson is crazy, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm very interested in what they're gonna do with that.
They already said Venom 2 is confirmed, so.
Yeah. So, they said maybe we'll see a crossover.
There'll be a crossover with all this Marvel, Fox, Disney crap going on. I seen Wreck-It Ralph 2. And that movie just confirmed to me Disney legit does own everything in this world. Like,
of course they do.
Disney's the king of everything.
Of course they do.
Like,
and I'm okay with that. I really am.
Star Wars. I forget that all the time.
I'm okay with that. You want to know why? Because when you have somebody that owns as much as they do like this, they can do things like Wreck-It Ralph.
Crossovers.
You know what I mean? They can do what they want, and it will work. Mm-hmm. So yeah. With that being said. But we can digress back, and I just want the shit. I knew you were waiting on the Venom thing.
Yeah, I was.
And I thought it was good, and I would suggest anyone that hasn't watched it to watch it. Mm-hmm. I completely almost forgot about it until the other day, and I was like, oh, I got to see that. So I enjoyed it. I just wish it would have fell.
I feel you. I was the whole time I kept saying maybe just 1 minute he'll swing across.
But like something, I think there's so many ways they could have incorporated him without incorporating him. Like you see it in Supergirl when they don't incorporate Superman. You see it in Gotham when they don't even incorporate him as Batman. Titans is the same thing. They're doing a great job as like you don't even.
He hates Batman.
And especially that break that they had, the time break within the year. Like, that was the time to do it, the 6 months. Like, you could have.
Oh, yeah.
You could have done it then. It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect.
It's all licensing. Everything's licensing now.
No, but it was Fox.
That's true.
They own Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's true.
They share it with Marvel now, but I don't know. It's
in the future, I'm telling you, listen, Disney knows what they're doing. We trust in Disney. They do everything right. So.
But. Okay, we can get back into gaming. So, tell us about this Skybound news, Kyle.
So, according to the Skybound.com website, they are going to apparently be taking over the final season of Telltale's Walking Dead.
Didn't we say? We said that someone was going to pick it up.
We said other people would pick up these.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Remember we talked about that, Kyle. You actually said that, Kyle, that someone's going to pick up these series.
Somebody had to pick this up.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been a crime.
Yeah, yeah.
And I haven't even played them. These, again, I've said it before. These aren't my type of games.
Mine either.
Like making quick decisions and stuff like that. And it's just like point and click pretty much. It's not my type of game, but I know the hype around it, and I know it's a really good game. So, and with the fan base it has, there's no way you couldn't have finished this song. So, from a statement from Skybound Games, this is what they said on their website as far as the update to the final season. Skybound says, "Thank you for your patience while we worked with Telltale to take control of Telltale's The Walking Dead. It's been a ton of work logistically and legally to get us to a place where we're able to roll up our sleeves and get to the actual work. After Telltale shut its doors, the game was unfortunately unable to be worked on, and hence the release dates of episodes 3 and 4 have been delayed. But we're excited to let you know that many of the talented, passionate team members who originally worked on the game are resuming development efforts today." And that was a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm saying if they're taking it on that quick, they're probably gonna have episodes coming out like next year around this time. It's not that hard to do. I mean, it's not that hard to make, according to what Telltale used to say. Like when they did Game of Thrones and they did other fan favorites that they did. That's what I'm hoping they pick up. I'm hoping hopefully they do good with Walking Dead so they can pick up the Game of Thrones one, because Game of Thrones was great too. So we'll see how they do it.
It sounds like it was a lot of effort for Skybound just to even get the Walking Dead license.
Yeah.
So as far as Game of Thrones, I don't know if they'll be able to pick up any more of those type of games. I mean, if they could, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, just being able to get the Walking Dead team on board is huge.
That's big.
And luckily, we'll be able to finish this story for Telltale's Walking Dead.
So now I'm debating if I wanna play it.
It's like I probably should.
This might be a time where I start playing it, just because like I tried, but then it was like you had to wait for the episodes. Now that all of them are pretty much out, and I can just play through them all, I may.
So I do and I don't like the waiting. I'm super into venging now, and it's to a point that I get so emotional when we start to get to the end of it. So, for example, I'm a huge Making a Murderer fan, right? Love that movie, that series, that Netflix series. And apparently they had a season 2, and I didn't know. And I just finished watching it, and it's just like, like you feel so dissatisfied at the end of a series. Like, damn, it's over. Sneaky Pete, like, love that show. And when it came to an end, you're like, no. Like, so, I don't know, like, having that breath of, like, there's more going to come, kind of gives you that excitement when you finish something.
You know that you can anticipate something.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I hate that one-on-one, because when I got into Fringe, I didn't watch it until after it was out for a while. So when I caught up, like, I really disliked it. But that's a bad example because that show turned south extremely fast. So, so that's more of the Fringe's fault than more of a series' fault. So
I don't mind it. I mean, Game of Thrones be having us wait for 2-3 years sometimes. But I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
If it's that good, you'll
it feels that
it.
way.
Yeah.
It feels that
no,
way.
this season literally was the one waiting for now is 2-year wait.
It was supposed to be one season, and now they broke it up one season into 2 seasons, right?
No, it wasn't even that. It was that.
No, but I'm saying that's what they're going to do now, right? This last season isn't going to be last season because now they're splitting it into 2?
No, this is
Or did they put it back to 1 again?
It's 1 season, and it's 5 episodes, but they're an hour and 20 minutes each. So.
I still haven't even watched 7 Deadly Sins yet.
He said 7 Deadly. You gotta watch that.
Yeah,
man.
I haven't even watched that yet.
But I don't mind them doing that with the games. I mean, Final Fantasy's supposed to be doing that. Your game.
Yeah, I know.
They're supposed to be doing that. But I mean, it gives you something to look forward to, like especially since you know Final Fantasy 7.
But that's gonna piss me. That's what pisses me off. Why? Because we already know it's not. You're not waiting. You're waiting for the game you already know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It doesn't piss me off, but it does. So, but
by the way, there's actually more to the statement that I probably should have read because I thought the first part was the main part, but there's actually more to it.
Okay. Do you want to say more?
So they said, soon we will be announcing release dates for the 2 remaining episodes. It's likely that previous seasons of the game may be unavailable to purchase for a few days as we transition, but don't panic. We'll have everything back online ASAP. If you already purchased Season 4, you will not have to pay again. Future episodes will be available to download as soon as they are released via your original point of purchase.
That's good news. That's really good news.
That's great news, is because I bet you a lot of people were nervous that they had to repurchase the game.
Yeah, that would suck.
It was going to be under a new regime at this point. So that's big.
That's cool. I like that. If you didn't do that, I wouldn't support it. I'd be like, I already invested in these episodes. Now I'll be pissed.
Yeah, reinvest. It would have been really bad. But I mean, but I would still put that on Telltale for that. At that point, I wouldn't put it on Skybound.
Yeah. What other games does Skybound make? Now that I think about it.
Oh, they make a bunch. Did they make Hollow Knight?
I think so.
Hollow Knight was amazing.
Yeah, I think they made Hollow Knight.
It really doesn't matter because, I mean, they're going to keep the same style. I just wanted to know because I'm like, I know I heard that name, but I can't think of what they made.
They've made a lot of stuff. Let me see.
And Kyle, the game was Inside.
The
game was Inside I was talking to you about earlier. The indie game that won, like, a Game of the Year for something. Like, I don't know what it won for, but it was that game Inside that came out.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, Skybound is the one that makes like Super Fight.
Oh, okay.
Like they're mainly the card game.
Yeah.
Which that's why I was like, oh, I know where they're from.
So this is easy for them to make, kind of.
Yeah, they make they make a bunch of video games as well. So I think it's in good hands.
I'm just glad it got picked up.
Walking Dead fans out there.
I'm not even going to get into this topic. I'm just going to say it. PlayStation released their games for December. It is bad. It is very, 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 very bad.
Onrush is okay. Onrush is okay.
No. This list is fucking awful. This list is fucking awful. I'm not even going to say it.
See that. I was like, what the heck?
He said I'm not going to say it.
I'm not even going to say it. I don't even care.
Oh, I didn't even see Gold yet.
You want me to say it for you?
Gold is just as bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because Dragon Age 2 is old.
Yeah.
Neveralone's a good, okay game. Mercenaries, hold up, that's a backwards compat game. That's an old. Remember that game, Kyle? Mercenaries?
I remember it.
For the original Xbox, they're actually releasing that for free.
Yeah, see, and Xbox Gold is just as bad.
Yeah. They gave up because they were like, we did everything for Black Friday.
I just think, December is just like kind of whatever.
It's like, screw y'all.
All right, cool. So we're going to skip that then.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No. One of your games is fine.
Please.
Man.
Soma?
Oh, you're a Soma hater?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Soma.
Wow, you're a...
Yeah,
that's an unpopular opinion.
You know what Bones said in my fucking chat?
Uh-oh.
Do you know what Bones said in my fucking chat?
Uh-oh.
We need to purchase Padawan for fucking the HD remix, the HD version. I want to fucking kill
Yo,
him.
I know you want to fight, man. Kyle, put that music on.
I want to fucking.
Which fight music? There's a lot.
Patapon.
Remember how much we
Patapon.
talked? Remember how much we talked about that game and how much I hate that game?
We talked about the sound. Was it the music? That was like the worst music ever. And one of you guys pulled it up.
Don't see. You know how Dan said don't bring up the PlayStation Plus games even though they're not bad. Don't bring up that music.
That music's the worst music I ever heard.
Unfortunately, like I said the last time this happened, I don't have control of this. Van does, and I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah.
If he brings it up again, which more than likely will probably happen at the end of the show. Damn it.
So bad. Game is so bad. Bones is like, what do you mean? It's good. It's a great game. Oh, Bones, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I guess they're saying PlayStation Classic is bad.
It's a bust. I said.
Yeah,
I
saying
said
it's horrendous.
This is why.
What's so bad?
Van, this is
It's
why.
justifiably so.
Van, let me tell you why. We talked about this. No matter how good the games are, unlike Super Nintendo and the Nintendo games, they're made to look like they look. So with PlayStation games, you can't remaster them to a point where they look like a new game. It's still going to kind of look like the PS1 game. So people were like, I knew it looked bad, but like, with
not
this
at that time. Like at that time.
No, I'm saying now.
Yeah, at
like,
that time it looked good, but
yeah,
it was because that was the realest of real that we had. But then when we realized, whoa, what's real really supposed to look like?
You want to know specifically why it's bad? And I've seen this on videos, and
they just don't predate itself. But go ahead. I'm interested in.
So basically, Sony did not design their own emulator from the ground up for this. They used a pre-made emulator.
Oh wow! They took the cheap route.
So they took the cheap route, one, and two. Not all the games are NTSC. Some of the games are PAL games.
If you ask me again, some of the games are what?
PAL.
Oh.
Which means
it looks like shit on HD TVs. That's
it
what
will
it means.
look like shit and will play horrendously
on an HD TV.
Yeah, on that mini. And then I believe, what else did they say? They just said the what the hell's the word I'm thinking of? Like the overall look of it just looks cheap.
They shouldn't have did the PS1.
You know what that's like?
PS2.
You know what that's like? It's like taking a piece of shit, putting it on a plate, right? and then put in what do they call it? Like the
glitter?
No. Putting glitter on it. Putting glitter on it. It'd be like, yeah. Why did you just serve me a piece of shit? That's like what it. Like now, did I not say? We have to go back to the videos. How did I express how I felt?
I wasn't here the day. Kyle had told me how you felt about it. I didn't.
Oh, so
I didn't.
The PlayStation Classic.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You were hyped.
Was I hyped?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You were excited.
You like the game list they
like,
no, I like
there was a place in your heart with these games that you fully.
Yeah.
No, all right. So I like the game list. I like the game list, right? Because Jumping Jack Flash, I remember specifically talking about Jumping Jack Flash because I had, and I said I was okay with this, right? But the whole thing is, right? These games, like PlayStation 1, doesn't age very well, right? Think about this. What have I said about Final Fantasy 7? It's a bad game.
It's a bad game. It's aged horribly.
Yeah, it's aged horribly. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a horribly aging game.
It should have been the PS2, man.
I even think of PS2. Like at that point, like
it would have been better than the one though.
Dreamcast. Like you want to see a game like a console that was way ahead of its Dreamcast. You know, like that. But
that 3D graphic, that remake 3D graphic stuff won't work.
Stick to the retro shit.
Stick to the retro. Nintendo can do this because all their games have that.
Nintendo 64 is on the edge of being
I don't know. Ocarina of Time. You know.
No, but like.
I know what you're saying.
GoldenEye?
Yeah. GoldenEye can't be on. It's going to be on the collection probably, but it shouldn't be.
Perfect Dark?
No.
Turok?
Did you guys happen to see what the layout looked like when you turn it on?
For what?
The PS?
For the PlayStation.
They changed it? It ain't the orange diamond no more?
No, it legit. when it starts off, it it does the whole PlayStation original intro.
Oh, you're talking about the layout after.
But the layout after looks like you're on a third-party emulator.
Yeah, right.
Like
it's horrible.
Man,
you got to pull that up. I didn't even think about that because Nintendo's. I don't even like how
I was trying to think of the word layout.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh man, Ben's pulling it up right now. Cause
they literally threw that thing together like it.
I thought that was it, but that's a Windows.
I don't even think Nintendo's is all that great. Like theirs is okay, but theirs kind of aggravates me too. I'm like, it could look a lot cooler than it does.
Wait, what you mean the NES and the
Super the NES one.
Yeah, but at least all right. At least they put effort into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I gotta see this.
It doesn't look bad. Those don't look bad at all. This just looks like, yeah, we're gonna make it and sell it for $100.
That's
just
how
so
it
you can make some money.
That's
They literally probably
Nintendo's.
put this thing together for like $20.
That's Nintendo's.
No, but it has PlayStation games on it. What
the heck is that? You probably have to do a YouTube video to see what it looks like. That's, I don't know. You're scaring me, Kyle.
Oh yeah, I can. I'll send you a freaking.
Well, I'm glad because Microsoft and Sony will now learn not to.
You see that guy's expression?
There's a video, Kyle. The guy has his hand like over his eyes already. We didn't even click it or anything. It's just the guy's just pissed.
Which one was? Oh, I hope it's the one I'm thinking of.
What's this?
That's what's that game called? It doesn't look nothing like that.
Yeah.
Freaking Ark.
Oh.
Nothing like that.
Oh, is Ark now available for PlayStation?
Oh, that's our GT85. Don't listen to him.
Ooh. See how the games look.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. That looks horrible.
That looks like Cody.
Yo, Kyle was right. Yo, that thing looks bad.
It's doo-doo. It's doo-doo.
I like the controllers, though. It's cool.
No, those are the bad ones.
No, I'm talking about like the fact that they have the hookup. I like those.
USB.
Oh my,
that's the best part of it.
Oh my.
What is that? It went the original siphon filter.
These games look so bad. If I got this for my kids would think that I'm not. My kids.
Did you see when that dude died?
My kids wouldn't even claim me as their father anymore. Oh my God! This is why 007 won't work, man.
It's horrible.
Yeah, no, this is pretty bad. Cool.
Oh my God, Tekken! Dear God,
dude, I have.
You know Tekken 3 is the PAL version.
That is? Oh my God,
the PAL version. They did the PAL version of Tekken 3. I was like, are you shitting me?
See, they're saying the retro works, but
yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
There's basically like 5 games on there that's not PAL version. Even Resident Evil is the PAL version.
Next topic, please.
Microsoft and Sony do not try to do what Nintendo does.
I hope Xbox doesn't do it.
The original Xbox cannot be backwards compatible.
Don't do it.
Just stop.
Don't do it.
This is a living testimony.
First of all, the original Xbox was the biggest console in all existence.
It was.
There was no console bigger than that.
That was just the controller.
Then the Atari 5600. The Atari 5600 was the only system that was bigger than the Xbox.
Yeah.
Not by much.
The Xbox was ridiculous. That thing
that was 1970. When things didn't exist small.
Like concept
You're
Xbox
talking about the Xbox controller?
Both. Remember the days when?
Bigger.
Remember in the days that the computer used to fill up an entire room just to process numbers? That was the Xbox controller. You had to use 2 rooms just to play on the Xbox. One for the system and one for the controller.
You needed a 6th finger.
So bad. The design was awful.
The white and black button that no one ever pressed.
It's like the fight stick that has to use to hold. It's like whoever invented this was an idiot. So we'll get to the next topic. The Video Game Choice Award, the Gamers' Choice Awards. I don't know how I feel about this.
Wait, before you say it.
Where did this come from?
Before you say it.
I don't know how I feel about
this. The Game Awards are next week on Tuesday, December 5th. Thursday. Oh, so it's when we have the show.
Fuck, it's gone up that. I can't believe this year's gone by so fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We usually have tons of conversations about this.
Do you realize that the Game Awards are next Thursday?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Leading into Smash at midnight.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That next week's going to be a good week.
Holy moly.
This is my problem with the game. This is my problem.
And I got Friday off, too.
Kyle, did you see the other awards that just happened last week? the golden joystick, the ones that do the awards.
Oh, I didn't see.
They picked that game of the year, and they picked all that stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this, Vin, you're gonna be happy about this. God of War won almost every award from them. This is the joystick awards. No one really cares about them as much as the Game Awards because the Game Awards are bigger. But God of War won a lot of awards that day. So it got a lot of people. That thing Kyle put up earlier.
I got the whole list
of the joy. You can read them off so Van can.
The golden joystick.
Yeah.
All right. So. Oh, that's what. Okay. Dolan was telling me about this. No. Okay. Now I have a problem with this. Best storytelling, God of War. Best competitive game, Fortnite. Best cooperative game, Monster Hunter World. Best visual design, God of War. Best indie game, Dead Cells.
So that's gonna win. That's gonna win.
Best audio, God of War. Still playing award, World of Tanks. Odd. Best performer, Brian Deckard as Connor from Detroit. Esports Game of the Year, Overwatch. Best VR game, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR. Studio of the Year, Santa Monica Studio. That was obvious. Best new streamer / broadcaster, Brian Deckard and Amelia Rose Blair. Go figure. Mobile game of the year is PUBG.
Considering that runs better on mobile than this console.
Than on an Xbox, I know. PC game of the year, and this is one I completely forgot to buy during the autumn sale, like an idiot. Subnautica. Okay. PlayStation Game of the Year, God of War. Xbox Game of the Year, Forza Horizon 4. Nintendo Game of the Year, Octopath Traveler.
What?
Which I play that.
Wait, what came out this year?
What came out?
Octopath. Octopath would have won it.
Yeah, there was really nothing.
Only because Smash isn't out yet.
Yeah. That's fair.
But yeah, everything else that came out, Octopath should have won. Let's see. Breakthrough Award, Unknown Worlds. Most Wanted Game. Take a guess, Andre.
I don't remember what it was. It's for upcoming, right?
Fortnite.
Most Wanted Game means upcoming.
Oh. Wasn't it Last of Us?
No.
What was it?
The one that got Game of Show.
Oh God.
Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah.
Don't even know about the game.
Dude, I'll tell you, that game looks. No, they've showed the play stream. People have played it.
No, I'm saying when IGN did it after the game show, no one even knew about it. I can see them saying it now because we've seen gameplay.
That thing looks incredible.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
That game looks incredible. I'm
still not a fan of the first person view.
I'm okay with it.
What other ones were left?
Critics' Choice Award, Red Dead Redemption 2. Lifetime Achievement, Hidetaka Miyazaki from Software. Outstanding contribution, the Xbox Adaptive Controller, well deserved.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest
things.
That's
well deserved for that category. And then the Ultimate Game of the Year. This should not even be in as a nominee. It's bullshit. It's Fortnite.
You get it?
I don't even get that.
That's why I literally said no.
And this is why I said that people, this award, people just like brush off. But I knew Van would be happy with the God Award because it won like 4 awards. But for it to win, so now everyone's saying with the actual game awards.
Because it can't even be a nominee.
No, they're not saying Fortnite because people are just like Fortnite, not with the real people. Yeah. That's dumb, crazy, stupid stuff. But with the real people and the real game awards, between God of War and Red Dead Redemption, what is going to pull out as the winner? This reminds me of Zelda and Mario. It can be either cup, whatever one suits you more, whatever one you like more. It's tough. I know that Red Dead had quadruple the sales of God of War, but it's Red Dead. It's Rockstar, so it makes sense.
So something my brother brought up because I had this conversation with my brother, and something that Red Dead gives Red Dead a huge advantage over God of War is Red Dead's multi-platform.
Yeah, that's true.
And God of War isn't.
But
so that helps it tremendously.
Breath of the Wild, Horizon.
Yeah, but like that. I mean, that's the year that the Switch comes out. You know what I mean? And it's a pretty big deal.
So you think that
not the year, but
okay. So say God of War, Zelda, Mario Odyssey. What wins out of those 3? If God of War was last year, what would you say?
I still say God of War.
You think God of War would beat out Breath and
I still think God of War.
See, I don't know because people are saying that Breath of the Wild is the greatest is in the top 3 for greatest games all time, along with Red Dead now being in top 3 greatest game. Like, those are the games that they're starting to
Yeah, but if everyone didn't think Red Dead, like, those are just the people that are like, oh, Red Dead 1 was like one of the best games that ever created, and it really wasn't. It was okay, it was good, but it's if you're into the Wild Wild West stuff, like, you know what I mean?
If you don't like Cowboys, you're not gonna like Red Dead. If you don't like God of War, see, God of War is a lot harder because I feel like it's easier for people to get onto.
Kratos is that typical badass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He is that iconic badass guy, and I think that's what, like, Link is that iconic hero that you can connect to. You know.
I've played both of these games, and I told Kyle. I beat Red Dead, by the way, Kyle. I completely beat that game. And I'm like 80% overall with the game. That's how much I killed that game. I beat the hell out of God of War. I was about 93% with God of War, including taking out the Valkyries. Playing both of these games, like I said, my only issue with Red Dead is the slow pacing. Like I told you, it's not like the other Red Dead where you go to a store and you can just pick a weapon. You actually have to go through a book, turn a page. Where God of War is at a faster pace. The better narrative is God of War. Easily, because it showed us they took what we known God of War to be and made it a whole new story and make a new future for what we know is to come with God of War. Red Dead was more like cowboy up, cowboy down, cowboy up, it's a cowboy story. Red Dead has online. I think the online is what's going to separate it because GTA's online is what makes it still run.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I don't think people have enough time to play the Red Dead Online because it just came out actually Monday.
The beta.
And this ain't even the official.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, I'm like, what's going to win Game of the Year? My pick is going to be Red Dead because I know that's what's most likely going to win because of story, because of graphics, because of multiplayer, because of the actors they have in it. They have these people with the voice. I know all that. But to me, it's tough. It's almost like Zelda and Mario for me. And it can go either way.
I think that's okay.
It can go either way.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kyle. I'm done.
Can I just say that I don't think it really matters if it's on different platforms with Red Dead compared to God of War because you got to remember, most of the voting for the Game Awards goes through media outlets.
Yeah, no, I know.
And you know media outlets have all played God of War and have all played Red Dead. So it doesn't, to me, the whole third party, first party thing, that doesn't mean squat at all. It's just when it comes down to, and I don't know if they're actually going to do fan voting because they haven't even opened the polls for fan voting.
You can vote. You can vote right now on Twitter.
Oh, you can vote on Twitter.
Okay, I voted. I voted for every game on there, and it was tough. It was tough. Van got to read the list off, but it's tough, Kyle. There's some good games on there, man.
It's still a very tight race.
It is, man.
It's still
this is,
very
the Gamer's Choice.
Very tight race.
The other one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Gamer's Choice. I voted on Gamer's Choice. You can, if you go on Twitter.
Gamer's Choice or Game Awards?
Gamer's Choice. He voted on.
Oh, Gamer's Choice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the VGAs.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Which we'll get into Gamer's Choice in a minute.
Yeah.
But like, as far as if we're gonna talk about, because I know we're gonna do a preview show. I don't know what time does the VGA start before I keep going. Do you know?
December 9th. Wait, hold up.
It's December 6th. It doesn't say a start time. Of course not. Why would they say a start time?
Oh, yeah, I keep mixing up VGA with this one. But this is December 9th, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That's the one where our boy came out last year? French dude?
No, that was VGA.
That's VGA?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the first ever.
This is the first ever Gamer's Choice.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know this was different.
Yeah,
from
this
that.
is on CBS, which
what?
I'm gonna talk a little bit about that.
That's
this
crazy.
is why I'm like.
That's crazy.
That's why I was like, where did this come from?
Yeah. Well, Kyle, you keep looking up the VGA stuff. So to talk a little bit about this, the Gamers Choice Awards is on CBS on December 9th. I don't know how I feel about it. There's two things about it, right? Number one, I don't like it because I don't want anything on national television that deals with video games because then it becomes pop. And if anyone that understands what happens when shit turns pop, and when shit turns pop, it now turns commercial. It comes where they try to sell it. They try to market it, and they try to make you like it in a way that they want you to like it. So it all depends on whose hands are deeply involved in this. They've destroyed the music awards. They've destroyed the Grammys, which is Grammys is the music awards. They've destroyed the movie awards, you know what I mean? The Oscars. Like, they make the shit where it becomes too commercial, and then it's not about the content. And that's what video games are all about, is the content. That's the bad side. The good side is the games, they're finally feeding into what the public really wants, and that's, video games. Video games is the #1 form of entertainment. Therefore, that's what people are demanding. So doing a CBS thing where we're giving awards, then that's great. Now they're recognizing this and seeing this, because this could turn out to be bigger than the movie awards. It can turn out to be bigger than the Grammys. And it has that potential. But again, it all depends who's powering this thing. I hate to say it, but if somebody like IGN is powering it, then it's not going to run too bad, because IGN does have power within the gaming community with that. But it's something like that is way too big for just IGN to have their hands in. Even though IGN's this huge platform now, it's still way too big for them. Like, they can't. This is something that would be like IGN, GameSpot, or should I say CNET? You know what I mean? All the independent, all
Polygon, Forbes.
Like, this is something that is bigger than them. And I think it's just, you have to have the right people involved to make this. That's the only way it's going to work. Only way it's going to work.
So I can tell you before, okay, first of all, the VGAs are going to start at 8:30 p.m. EST, which means we'll have time to do a preview.
Nice.
As far as the Gamers' Choice Awards, I got a feeling Twitch is behind some of this, because one of the hosts is DJ Wheat.
Yeah.
That's another one. I don't mind Twitch or Mixer, which at this stage, I almost prefer Mixer.
I'm not gonna debate that. But
you know why?
Mixer, obviously.
You know why I chose Mixer?
What?
Because Mixer right now is more of the fresh face of everything, and they feel like they have so much to prove. Twitch right now is we're the king of the streaming, when in all actuality they're not, because Mixer is actually providing a lot more right now as we get cut off of Twitch as I speak.
There it is.
But that's just, I'm not shitting on Twitch at all, and I'm not saying Twitch is a less of a product. They both have their benefits, but let's be real, like, Mixer's coming in new and hard. Kind of like Xbox when they came out with the 360.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
I think Mixer,
Mixer's the Xbox 360.
Is the place now to be for a streamer like, I'll just say myself, pretty much, if someone to grow. In my opinion, I think it's better to be on Mixer in order to grow for somebody like me, because here's a perfect example. When I streamed Let's Go Pikachu the other day, I was, I believe, like the 10th on the list.
Nice.
As far as people viewing it.
Nice.
Whereas if I was on Twitch, I probably would have been like the 200th.
Yeah.
Or probably 1,000th. Depends on how many people were streaming the game.
Yep.
At the time.
Mixer
so there is,
bigger.
For me personally, I think there is better room to grow on Mixer.
Their layout's sexy. And their app works.
Yeah. The app, every time I watch you, Kyle, that's off my app. Whenever you
Off
see
your
me,
app?
whenever you see me messaging you and all that, that's usually me on my phone. Like, I love how it alerts me. It's like a text message. It pops up and says, Dr. Eggplant streaming right now. Do you want to watch? I just click it and it goes right to your stream.
Twitch does it too, but just Twitch's app is really, really bad.
And it's slow.
Yeah.
Mixer's, like, Kyle's responding to my things like it's coming right off.
Yeah.
And I hate on Twitch when I follow people. And it takes them like 20 minutes to see the message. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I'm thinking it's my phone.
It's a delay.
Yeah.
No, it's a delay between your streaming, but Mixer does it faster. So.
But yeah, it was so funny before Twitch finally decided to add that feature in, where you can either improve the quality but have a delay, or get rid of the delay.
Yeah.
Like, it blew my mind that was even like two options. Like, now that they just added. where I would rather have no delay, so that way when someone types, they know I'm responding right away.
Right.
I can sacrifice quality. I don't care because I'm raw. I'm a raw streamer right now with only 89 followers. So to me, it's fine that I would rather have no delay than have better quality, but then a delay. So that way someone types and then I'm like 10, 15 seconds later, I respond to them. So it's like.
No, you see it right away. Like I get right off my phone, I'm chatting with you. Even when I send the, what do you call them things, Kyle, they have on there, the little lightning bolt things where you can like send.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, when I send that to you.
That's the new season.
Yeah, when I send that to you, it's real cool because like it lets me scroll through, and then it's like how much points do you want to give him to get toward his goal of streaming, and it's like the more you give to the person, the bigger their boost, and then that's how you climb up the chart. And like if you're playing a game that other people don't play a lot on Mixer, like it gives you more notability too. Like a lot of people would know. It would say there's only 20 people playing this game or 30, but what happens is if it's one of your friends. Right when you're playing your game, it says hold the button on your Xbox and you can watch them while you're playing the game. And that's what I do sometimes if I'm like playing Assassin's Creed. When I would watch you in the side corner while I was doing that.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. They're making a lot of They're making a ton of improvements. There's only one thing that Mixer needs to do, and they'll be set for me. Clips.
Yeah.
Which I know they're coming.
Yeah,
I know they're coming. They're in beta. They're still in beta mode with the oh my god, the partners.
Yeah.
But hopefully that comes out of beta mode soon, and then we can start clipping. Because the second they start doing clips, then I'm set.
Hold on, Kyle. Is it true that when you like if you go to subscribe, like I'm gonna be doing this soon anyway, but is it true that when you subscribe now they have it where like you can partner with someone as long as you put the hours behind, like they give you an hour gap that you have to put in, like how much hours they say you should do a week, and if you do that, you can become partners.
Yeah, I mean but that's always been like a general, qualification.
Yeah.
Like you have to put in so many hours, either per month or per week.
But did you see the bar they have though? You see like the graph they have though, like it shows where you are and where you need to be. And then it's like, and this is what make us consider you, kind of.
Oh, I haven't seen the graph yet. Honestly, I haven't looked at anything like that, only because I know I am far, far, far away from being partnered. So, I haven't even decided to look at that stuff yet.
Yeah.
But, I mean, eventually, if I grow, then I will look at that stuff.
Yeah, we got offered for Twitch, but I never replied because right now I'd rather stream across all platforms. So.
Oh, no,
Kyle made me want to play Pokemon yesterday.
Are you kidding me?
Oh wow! Kyle made me want to play Smash Brothers yesterday. I mean, they want to play Pokemon because that was my first
Melee
time.
got nominated for favorite esports game over Smash 4. That's insane.
Wow.
That's insane. That's insane.
Is that for the Game Awards or for Gamer's Choice?
Gamer's Choice.
Why don't you read the Gamer's Choice, Vin? Because I don't even know these at all. Some of them. You don't
I don't know if I want to read this. All right, I'm going to go through this quick because I want to definitely hit our main topic. I think our main topic, we're going to go on for a while. Some of the topics we have here are favorite male streamer, favorite female gamer streamer. Andrea Renee's not up there, so fuck you. Fan favorite game, fan favorite esports game, most anticipated game, fan favorite esports team. Cloud9's going to win it. It's either going to be Cloud9 or Team Liquid. Gaming moment of the year. Fan favorite retro character. That is the dumbest category.
I like that.
Wait a minute.
I think that's so
I like that.
dumb.
You get to pick who you
But
think
what's
is
retro? They're all fucking Nintendo characters except for two.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say retro. I would say favorite fan favorite video game characters. What I would say, because that is all Nintendo beside Mega Man.
Fan favorite retro characters.
Wait, what?
Mario.
Time out. There's way more non-Nintendo guys in
Yeah, but they don't have any cow.
There's Link, there's Donkey Kong, but then you have Pac-Man, Bomberman, Bonk, Mega
Bomberman is Nintendo. Bomberman is Nintendo.
Bomberman's not Nintendo.
He kind of is. I mean,
no, stop. That is a third party.
Was he for
Konami.
Sega?
No, Bomberman was made by Konami.
But he wasn't for Sega. He only came out. This is classic. So you got to think, right? By the way they listed this is all first gen. Bonks. That's TurboGrafx 16. So there's technically only 3. So
yeah, kind of is like first gen. Cause
Sonic, Bonks, and Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Well, Mega
Mega
Man was Capcom.
You can debate maybe Donkey Kong. Maybe debate Donkey Kong.
Kyle, Mega Man wasn't on. Was Mega Man on Sega?
Nope.
Yes.
He was?
Yes.
On Sega Genesis?
We were talking about this a few weeks back, remember? He was in the Wily Wars for Sega Genesis.
No. I'm talking about like
the Mega Man
like
game.
Mega Man X, Mega Man like.
Mega Man X was. All right, so Mega Man X, what? 1, 2, 3 were on SNES. Then 4 and 5 were on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, but
7 and 8 were on PlayStation 2.
Like you saying retro, like that was like.
Because it says retro, it kind of means it's kind of like it's kind of like their glory days almost.
Yeah.
Like when they.
I hate the category altogether. I just hate the category. It should just.
Oh no, I agree.
I think
I don't like the category at all.
Fan favorite character.
I would like fan favorite character, and there's so much other people can be on there too.
But you know why they did that was because most of these games probably won't even be up there, which is not true.
I hope Gordon Hayward wins that because he's the commercials he's doing, the promotions he's doing, especially in Boston.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one, though.
Yeah, it is because Juju Smith's another one, too.
Xavier Woods, I think, is going to win it.
I
think he has no choice but to win it. I think there's nobody bigger. He has his own fucking show.
True.
Dedicated to it.
It's down to 3 people.
David Price since when?
I didn't even know that dude.
Why? Because he played Fortnite during that team. He got in trouble.
When did Ronda Rousey get on this list?
I never heard Ronda Rousey do anything with gaming.
Is Ronda Rousey?
This is what I'm talking about. This is commercial right here. Favorite celebrity gamer that's an athlete.
Is Ronda Rousey an avid gamer?
No,
that's bull.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait, what?
Favorite celebrity gamer actor. Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel don't play games.
Zac Efron should win this. Zac Efron should win
Terry
this.
Crews, bro.
No.
No, Olivia Munn.
No. Zac Efron.
Hosted a video game show. Come on.
Henry Cavill. I don't even think the dude has time to play games.
The only one that I wouldn't give credit to on this list is Vin Diesel. All these people have showed up to video game like E3.
Yeah, Vin Diesel shouldn't be on there. I don't even know if he plays games. I never seen Vin
Anyways. Most decide franchise Resurrection. What the fuck?
See, like, what is that? What stretching?
That's a bad award.
What fucking determines that?
That's a bad award.
People who are dying for it.
I know what Kyle voted for.
And then they're gonna do fan favorite video game character. And then they're gonna say Peter Parker. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Like, you telling me? No, this is stupid. Fan favorite mobile, fan favorite multiplayer game, fan favorite esports event of the year.
Why is this all just fan favorite? Is this literally just a fan voting thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then College Gate.
Hold on, what's the Game of the Year nominees? I didn't see what they had.
They don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is totally. Hold on.
Kyle, yours is Banjos.
Gaming moment of the year, most anticipated game, fan favorite esports game, Okay, I guess this would be the game of the year, fan favorite game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, Fortnite, Overwatch.
Fortnite's gonna win this award.
League of Legends are on this list. Why? Why are these games on this list?
Kyle, it's gonna be Fortnite. It's gonna be Fortnite.
See, now looking at these categories, I'm just like, no wonder why we didn't hear anything about this until now. Because even I was watching Van's Girl and the other ladies of What's Good Games talk about this, and even they went, where did this come from? Like, Andrea and Renee had no idea about this stuff, and she's like, I need to do some digging and figure out who's behind all this. And I'm like, if she don't know, where did this come from?
Kyle, that's why what Van was saying earlier, I didn't think about it that way because I was happy because gaming got a platform finally on a local channel. But now I think about it, my fear is going to be, like Van said almost, one, I don't want no one coming up there talking about awards that don't even play games. If there's one thing that hurts me more than anything, it's people that talk about games or invest in games, and they have no clue about it. Like, they just do it because of the money.
I get mad.
And that's what CBS is about to do.
This is giving me bad vibes of the Game Awards the one year where it was Keeley and that other dipshit that was a comedian.
This is like Carson Daly coming out of nowhere and starts to interview people. I'd punch a baby in the fucking face.
Oh, we're gonna see celebrities. We just seen the awards, so we're gonna see celebrities there. They're trying to make our gaming pop, like you said.
It's
That's the best thing to compare.
what they do. All right, guys, you ready for the main topic?
No, are you ready for the main topic? This is your topic.
Oh, so yeah, are you ready? Because I tried telling you 2 weeks ago that they weren't showing up at all.
All right.
What do you guys say?
Let's get into it. So.
You're the lawyer for Sony today.
No, like, all right.
You're in deep fire today with the horrible PlayStation Classic combined with them not even showing up.
Yeah. So, let's talk about E3. So, in case you live under a rock and you don't know what's going on with E3 of 2019, Sony apparently made a statement that they're not coming to E3. And when we say not coming, they literally mean not coming. Like, no conference, no stage presence, floor presence, nothing. Not being in California other than the offices that they have in the state of California.
Nothing.
So first, I'm trying to figure out the best way I can approach this. First, like Andre said, he was hoping for a tweet, and they got a tweet.
There was a tweet.
Xbox made the tweet saying, you can catch us at E3.
Which I said they was going to do. I knew they were going to do it.
So, all right, how I feel about that, I'm kind of on the fence because Andrew and Renee, during Kind of Funny, was kind of like, all right, you almost expect them to do that, but at the same time, it shows the desperateness of Xbox saying, hey, pay attention to me because I'm going to be there.
Oh, yeah, they need that, though.
Yeah. So they don't need it, but
it's advantage time. I've already said this is advantage time.
Can I just say one line?
Go ahead, Kev.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander?
Yeah.
Because what did PlayStation do 5 years ago after Xbox's E3 presentation of the Xbox One?
We have games, and there is no I will never forget that because me and Van talked about that, and Chris. They came out and said, guess what? You can play games. You don't need the download. There are no cameras coming with this system. They took advantage, and look where they're at now.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spit fire, you're gonna expect fire getting spit right back at you.
It's time to shoot. They got to. And like you said, anyone could look at it and say it's a desperate thing, but Phil knows what he's doing. They know what they signed on last year. They know how many new developers they got. So now, I guarantee you, remember I said before the show ended, I said this is what Microsoft needs to do. I said Phil, and it was you that said, I can see Phil doing that before we even.
Yeah, no, I did that.
And he did that. And I said it's good to do that because that lets the Microsoft fans know, oh no, we coming next year. The only thing bad now is their bar's up here, and everyone's talking about it. Their bar's up here
but
now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Xbox does not do good when the bar is up that high.
Well, we'll see what Phil.
They never do that good.
They don't, but
ever.
we'll see what Phil does.
So, all right, I'm gonna break it down like this. So, I wish I pulled up the articles. So there's a couple things coming out about E3, right? Apparently, they're having issues with the city of San Diego in E3, where, and this has been going on for the past couple of years, that they've been giving Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo before issues when hosting and renting for their conferences.
That's why Microsoft did their own building.
That's why Microsoft did it in their own building this year. Mm-hmm. So, and that's why PlayStation went with the format that they went with last year. So, could that have something to do with a little bit of why PlayStation's just like, you know what, fuck it. E3 is becoming harder and harder to do because of the city. Like, they stopped E3 for several years, don't forget. There was a point in time they didn't do E3. Mm-hmm. This was like early in the E3 years, but there was a point in time that E3 didn't happen. Because it was getting such a drop in what was supposed to happen. So, like, it just didn't happen. And then they brought it back, and then it was no fans because E3 is all about the media and stuff like that. And now it's kind of back. to, okay, well, it's for everybody. So E3's gone through a lot of changes, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't get to see, and a lot of it is political like that. Because what it comes down to is everyone wants money. And those type of conventions cost a lot of money because there's a lot of licensing that needs to be, in fact, and E3 is probably the biggest conference that happens in San Diego. So there's a lot of things with traffic, police detail, just a lot of things in general. And you know who has to eat those costs? Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, along with, because those conferences are outside the conferences. So the conference doesn't allow them, the E3 doesn't allow them to do it inside the hall anymore because it will cost them too much money. So now these companies were independently hosting their own conferences for the past few years. So you got to think, are they even making money during this weekend? They're not, because they're not selling anything.
I mean, the tickets are not high.
But PlayStation doesn't make money off ticket sales.
Yeah,
PlayStation has to pay for their rental space. Mm-hmm. So it's not even like they're paying for their rental space in the Evo, right? They're paying for the convention so that way they can host their thing. So, like, all this money's being poured into it, right? So that's on the side of possibly why they could not be doing it, where they're just like, this doesn't make sense, because they don't want to publicly just go and be like, hey, this just doesn't make sense financially for us. You know what I mean? Because when people hear things about financial, they assume the worst. Yeah, they're just like, oh, PlayStation can't afford it. It has nothing to do with PlayStation can't afford it. They just don't like spending money if you don't have to. You know what I mean? And then, like you guys said, like, we're doing PlayStation things all over the place, and Xbox conventions all over the place, and GamerCon, and Gamescom, and PAX, and this and that, and it adds up. And now rumor has it that they're supposed to be dropping a PlayStation experience like the week after.
And that's what we talked about. If our only issue, like me, you, and Kyle talked about, the only issue here is if they don't do anything at all. Mm-hmm. It's not even just the E3. It's just the fact that as long as they do something.
But after saying that, right, there's another thing I want to add to this. After saying that, and I know I said, well, as long as they did something, then it's okay. I looked into it further and realized how much they're actually really affecting. And if they do something after, it doesn't even matter. Them not being a part of E3 affects E3 on so many different levels, right? And this is why, right? You affect Capcom, right? Which you have taken on as your sole console for Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. Guess where they announce all the time the next packs and stuff like that? E3, right? Boom, you just kick them in the nuts, right? Because now they don't have a stage or platform to show their shit on. And guess what? You know, they have to get their own booth now, right? What about all those AAA games that get no stage presence anywhere? Boom, you just kicked every indie in the balls. Every single indie company in the balls, because now they're definitely not strong enough to be able to go to E3 presence on their own. You know what I mean? And that platform.
Backing,
so now, not just that, like, so if Microsoft's still there, that becomes a big thing where everyone's like, well, Microsoft's still supporting us. You know, someone brought it up on Kind of Funny, where it's just like a lot of these companies have certain contracts with them, with like the gaming companies saying, okay, you are going to back us, so you're going to put this much money into us, but we have to make a guarantee that we're going to get this much stage time, because that's all contracted in. So think of it in a music sense, right? In a movie sense. We'll stick with just music, right? When an artist does a contract with a label, how it works is there's a lot of stipulations to that, saying that if you were to do this show, we need to be there, and then we have to open for this. Or if you do this show, our album needs to be expressed. You know what I mean? Because it's an exchange of services. I'm providing the entertainment, you're providing the backing, but we need to still work with each other, because you can't have my entertainment and then blame my entertainment for not producing if you're not putting the right backing. So this is the world we're living in now. Before, it was never like that. I would say maybe 20 years ago it wasn't like that. Gaming is no different. Now gaming has gotten even harder into that, because games that flop, people just want to blame it on the game, but the reality is, without the support, the game can't exist. Nintendo Wii U, Sega Genesis, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that is what breaks games. So in this sense, Sony right now is fucking every single developer, publisher that they are working with that is requiring the biggest stage in video game business, and you literally just took that away from them. Yeah. Who gives a fuck about Gamescom besides hardcore gamers?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Gamescom
Tokyo Game Show.
You know what I mean? Tokyo Game Show, another one. Who gives a fuck? Most people don't even know what those are. Most people don't even know when they are.
Everyone knows E3.
You know what I mean?
They don't know.
Everyone knows E3. Yeah. The news knows about E3. Magazines know about E3. Everyone knows about E3 because it's American.
Yeah, that's true.
Gamescom's not.
I bet you more people know about more about PAX.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Because it's those aren't in the United States. You know what I mean? So people tend to not care about it. That affects the biggest stage for everyone to actually demo their games and show off what their game is. And Sony is really just taking that away. And this is where I'm coming from in the chat when I'm saying, like, yo, I'm really in a view that you guys might not expect with it, because when you do all that, like, yo, when you look at it in that scale, like, you take a step out. Like, so just say you're a big religious nut, right? Because you're in it. You're feeling it, and you see it. But then when you hear everyone that talks bad about it, and you're just like, no, that's not true. It's not true. It's because you're not taking yourself out of that picture for a minute just to see what everyone's seeing. Do that for 2 seconds. You take yourself out of that picture, and you're just like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Which it doesn't mean that the religion itself is bad. It just means that they're
another perspective.
Yeah, it's just like, oh wow, these features of this religion is what's making this look bad, you know. So in this case, it's Sony that is pulling a very bad move. But I would like everyone to take a step out of there that is on one side or the other, saying that, well, if PlayStation is doing it, they have a reason. Well, take yourself out of that and be like, is the reason good enough to screw all these other like publishers and developers? Because that's what they're doing. And what do their publishers and developers have to say about this? Are they in agreement with this? Have they sat down and talked with everyone before they did this? Or when they read that article, this was a complete shock to them? Like, no one knows anything. And I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Have you guys heard anyone talking or anything yet?
No.
You know what's funny? When I was... we keep name dropping, kind of funny and what's good.
Just saying.
When I was watching their show, like, I believe Andrea Renee said her husband works for
Sony. Yeah, yep.
He didn't even know about
he didn't even know.
So, like,
because she asked him.
They're I don't want to say underlings, but like they're pretty much like worker people. Didn't even know that they weren't doing this.
Yep.
Which is really, really weird at that point. And if they come out and some reports said it had to do with like financial stuff, I got news for you. Sony has no problem financially.
Yeah.
With all the avenues that they go into, they have no problems financially with that. So to me, I agree with you, man. They're kind of, putting this, the screws on other companies to be like, oh shit, how do we promote?
Yep.
Because if Microsoft was smart, they would jump at this opportunity. Nintendo is definitely going to jump at this opportunity because they're big on indie stuff now. They need to jump on it because, as we've said this numerous times, the indie market is bigger than it's ever been before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know why? It's more accessible, right? Yeah. Us as gamers can access it so much easier.
The games are shorter, so as great as the game may be, you can have time to play.
Well, not even just that. It's you are now on a wall-less situation where a game company can now use whatever they want for creativity. Whatever. A fucking duck game. A duck game. A game that you're a duck.
Oh, you mean the goose?
Yeah, goose, yeah. I mean, before you work for a company, you have to go in front of a board, and the board's going to decide if they're going to spend their money on that product or not. Because at the end of the day, it makes sense, right? You as the board member, you're just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No, people aren't going to buy this. And so you put it out, and then you're like, oh my God, everyone's buying it. Like, why? Because not everyone feels the way you do about a game. And then when you actually give it a shot, then you're kind of just like, oh. You know what I mean? But when you don't want to give a game a shot, or try a stupid game if you don't want to spend all the money on it because you don't think it's going to work. So you take all that away, and then you're taking the cost of what it costs to make a game that way completely. You can make a game right now for free, and publish it free.
And you can make the argument that indie games are way more creative than a lot of AAA titles.
Oh yeah.
In the sense, it's 100%. Smaller board, you get to use your own creativity. But I mean, in that sense, you get bombarded with garbage as well. But I mean, it's the same. I use indie gaming, as an example with music, because music's the easiest comparison, right? In the age that we're in, it is so easy for anybody to make music now. Anyone can make music. You don't need a music studio. All you need is a computer. That is it. And anyone can make music, right? You don't even need a studio anymore. You use your phone to record yourself, and now you have a hit song, and everyone loves it. You know, gaming is in the same way. You got to be smarter. You know what I mean? You got to be a little bit smarter.
Yeah, you got to know a lot of coding.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as easy as making a dumb song, but believe me, there are dumb people that are getting into game programming that's smart. You know, doesn't make them any less dumb. It's just smart.
I think their reasoning for E3, Van, is the same thing as what they said for.
Oh, something unplugged.
I don't know what that was. I heard it too.
I guess they'll hear you guys.
Yeah, that was weird.
No, but I think their reasoning with E3 is the same thing they said about their PSX thing. I think it's more of they just don't want to keep recycling the same games, because what happens when you get stuck in a situation where people know their big games coming out, they already showed it. They even gave us 15-minute long trailers on some of these games, like Last of Us 2. Then what happens if they show that at E3 again, then people are going to say, you guys are showing the same crap over and over again. Now we don't know if there's anything else out there. So I think with them, it's more of they're focused on the PS5. PS5's, listen, it's happening. We may all think it's way, way later. It's not way, way later. It's like 2020 is what I'm banking on. And I see them announcing a PS5 next year for 2020.
Well, they're saying that at this PlayStation experience that they will be releasing something for the next gen.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I just think they're skipping over it because of they don't want it. Me and Kyle said this. Why would you keep showing us Ghost of Tsushima? Why would you keep showing us Last of Us 2? Why would you keep showing us these games, Death Stranding? What's going to end up happening is people, even though we may like it, or some people may say, oh, I like the end, but if you keep showing those games over and over again, you're just recycling.
People just want answers. That's what it comes down at the end of the day. People want answers.
And they'll give an answer. I think maybe next year, maybe soon. They're going to give an answer because they've been getting a lot of backlash from this. Sony's not used to getting backlash since the big hack. They haven't really got a lot of backlash. So this is like the biggest thing they got since the hack as far as people being pissed off at them. They'll come out with something, make a statement, and then everyone will be fine with it. It's like you said, I agree with you 100%. It's messed up to all them other companies. But at the same time, in the gaming world, in the competitive world, Xbox and Nintendo need to hop on this and say, we'll give you guys – what Xbox is doing, what Microsoft's been doing with Devil May Cry, they need to hit up Capcom more and like, look, Street Fighter's been on PlayStation. Let's do something. They need to make some moves. Will they make them? Most likely not. But I'm saying, like Kyle said.
But who knows if they're trying or not? Like, they could be trying, and they're just not able to. So that's the thing about a lot of this, because, like,
true.
You know, we don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. So a lot of us shit on Xbox and say that they're not doing this and not doing that. But we don't know. They might be doing that, but we got to remember they are an American company. Yeah. And a lot of people do not like American companies due to the fact of there's a list. There's a huge list why. So a lot of people could be going with PlayStation because at the end of the day, PlayStation right now is making a lot of money. So who knows? Same thing with PlayStation. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with this and what their reasoning is why. And they just don't want to say anything because they're just, at the end of the day, first, A, it doesn't matter. B, they probably have something that works. And maybe that's why we haven't seen another company, third-party company, come out and say, hey, listen, they're fucking us. You know, because maybe there is something in the works that PlayStation's like, hey, we're not going to be at E3, but we're going to offer you this.
But it's still like you said, it's still, no matter what event they do, it's still like, but this is not E3.
So the difference between, I have to defend this. So the reason why I'm not is gun-ho to blame PlayStation so much yet for a lot of this, but I'm always going to hold to blame Xbox for a lot of the stupid mistakes they do, is because if I was to take all of Xbox's stupid things and turn them into a person, there'd be a line out the door like a PAX East line, with the list of shit that they do that's stupid that they don't fix because they don't want to, they don't care, or whatever. They just drop it. You know what I mean? Within a year, never mind a lifetime, within a year. PlayStation doesn't have a big list of that, where they always have a reasoning why they do what they do, and the reasonings always turn out good. So that's why, like, I have more faith in PlayStation that there's got to be something that they have lined up or they're coming with. You know, it doesn't still make it okay for me until I know the answer, because at the end of the day, they come up with nothing, and no one got nothing, and everyone just got fucked, and nothing happens out of all this, then yeah, PlayStation, you were wrong.
If they don't do nothing at all, like Kyle said, this is
like what's up?
That's bad.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But if they did do something where there's nothing at all,
then I'm just gonna be like, see, this is.
I mean, Microsoft did that last year, but they didn't even go to Gamescom. I mean, Microsoft did that last year. So I mean, it isn't like Nintendo skipped the E3. Don't forget, Nintendo. Like, was it 2 years ago? Nintendo skipped the E3. They didn't even show up to E3. They just did a direct. It was either 2 years ago or 3 years ago. They didn't even go to E3.
It had to be before the Switch, before the announcement.
It was before the Switch. Yeah, it was. It was a year they didn't go to E3, and I don't remember what it was for, but it was the year before the horrible Pokemon and Breath of the Wild.
I think it was before they even announced what the Switch was. That the Switch was coming.
Yeah.
So I think you are right.
You're looking it up, right, Kyle?
I think it was the
final year
of the Wii U life cycle, because
they had nothing.
Yeah, I remember. I was like,
well, they were showing off Breath of the Wild. Actually, they showed off Breath of the Wild even before they announced the Switch.
Was that when everyone was complaining about how empty the world was and crap?
No, that's when. Maybe I don't remember that, but I do remember that year being major backlash, obviously, because literally that was the only game Nintendo show. I don't think Nintendo's ever skipped an E3, but
I remember we talked about, I remember we had a show about them legit skipping out on E3. I don't remember what year it was, but it was
right. Yeah, I don't remember.
I remember, but what it was is it didn't feel like it because they still did that little treehouse thing, and they still did a direct.
But the treehouse wasn't at the convention center.
Yeah, it wasn't at the convention. It was like. I'm gonna find out when it was, because we did a whole show about it, and I remember we were like, why? Like, we just wanted to know what was the reason why. And I remember them talking about Breath of the Wild a lot, and they were saying you could play it in New York stores and all that, and everyone was just complaining about how Breath of the Wild was so empty. I mean, look what it turned out to be, one of the biggest games ever, but people just saying, where's the enemies at? And all you see is trees, and I remember that like as clear as yesterday. Yeah. But I was like, I don't know why they do that. And like Van said, maybe it is something Microsoft said last year when they said they won't be at E3. I panicked. Like, I was ready to, like, just pass out. And then they were like, right after Phil was like, because Larry Herb said they won't be showing up at E3, but there's something else. And then Phil came right on after and said, we'll be at E3, but we're in a building right across the street from where E3 is. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But they have, like Van said, they're American, and they have the buildings already there, so they don't really need to pay for it.
Because literally it's called the Microsoft Theater.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
So they can just use it.
It just sucks for me because this was going to probably be the first year I could actually ever go to E3. I'm going to PAX East, and I'm trying to go to E3. Now, no Sony there, and I'm like, I would have been looking forward to some of the big games. So it's like, even if they do something, I'm going to be real pissed if I'm there, and then they're like, you message us, and you're like, hey, guys, PlayStation doing something like a direct almost.
Yeah, but at least if Xbox does come hard, you're there during the time.
Yeah, I'm there for that time. I mean, it is my company, so I mean, that's true. But at the same time, for that experience, man, because you know what E3's about to, you know what E3 brings.
Yeah.
Like, you know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think. I don't know.
It's still a damper on the experience
100%.
because Sony literally made this move once again, strictly as a business move.
Yeah.
And that's what really that's the main thing that ticks me off about this whole thing, is that they literally made a business move so they could try to stand out and kind of ruin a fan experience.
But to be fair, right? PlayStation is very much a fan-based business. They do a lot of things for the fans. Like they do a lot of their structures, their price structuring for a lot of things that they do, how they've formed the PlayStation Plus. Like they've done a lot for the fans. So I'm not saying like this is out of all bad things that you could possibly do for the fans, this is probably the worst.
Well, that's literally what I'm saying.
Not the good choice to pick to not do the fans.
So them not doing crossplay up until they did it with Fortnite, them not doing crossplay, that wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But this is like 20 times worse.
Yeah, it's
Combine that with the fact of, because let's put it this way, not many people are liking Sony at the moment. Especially with that, combining with what's happening with the PlayStation Classic, Sony's not doing too well. I mean, they're fine financially.
Yeah.
Financially, but as far as
a lot of people are not happy.
As far as the video game fan base, a lot of people are PO'd.
Until Sony says, here's a PS5 that is.
Oh, of course.
That's the thing. This is the thing about us being gamers, and this is the thing that aggravates me. Even if you feel uncomfortable, just one thing about Nintendo, like you was pissed off about the Wii U, right? Like, oh yeah, well, you were probably defending Wii U, knowing you, Kyle, how much you like your console.
Well, I've always said it like this: the Wii, it wasn't a bad system. Like Vance even said it. The Wii U was not.
No, it wasn't.
System.
But I mean, game wise, like
horrendous publicity.
But that's what I'm saying.
PR was horrible.
So what I'm saying is like how you stand by that, no matter what's happening, you're still like. But I know, like when the Switch was announced, me and Van were telling Chris at the time, we don't know what this can be. Let's wait and see. Chris was just like, no, like it's the worst idea ever. It's not going to sell. Nintendo's going to be the next dream. Like bold statements like that. We know, but yeah, but what happens is I didn't think that the Switch was going to do as good as it's doing, but I'm going to admit to you that I was wrong. But I'm proud of the success it's having. You know what I mean? So with me, I look at it as us as gamers, we get mad when our companies aren't doing the greatest. But then they always do something like Xbox with the Game Pass, Nintendo with the Switch, then PlayStation. You guys can stop crying and all that whining. PS5 comes out next year, and this is what's crazy about Sony right now. All they have to do next year is announce a console, because I already told you all the games they said that are coming. Those aren't PS4
They announce a console, it's coming out in November.
Next year?
If they announce a console, it's coming out in November.
Well, this is what I'm saying. If they announce a console, all they have to do is say,
PS4.
All they have to do is say, this is the true 4K. You know how people are about that word nowadays. This is the true 4K console, and everybody in the world, all the sins are forgiven. PlayStation's okay, even if they don't release a big title next year, because I already said they're not going to. All them games are PS5 games. I already said that. I already said, listen, Last of Us, the big four. I don't have to name them. Death Stranding them, unless they do what you just said, and those come out on the PS5.
Have they ever even announced that those are going to come out on PS4?
No release dates, nothing.
No, I'm saying that did they say like, hey, Death Stranding for PS4?
Nope.
So I'll say it like this. I will disagree on one thing, Andre. If they do announce a PS5 next year, which could absolutely be very likely, and Van, I totally agree with you, that if they do announce PS5, it's not coming out 2020. It's coming out that year. Because the last few times that systems have been announced,
it's the end of
that year. It's been that year that they came out.
That's true.
So if a PS5 gets announced next year, which is more than likely is going to happen, it's going to be dropped in November. And this is the bomb that's going to be like at Sony.
It's not like, okay, forget E3.
Crazy and excited for. And then the only thing I will disagree with you on, Andre, is that at least one of those games is coming out at launch.
Oh yeah, if it launches with the PS5, because you and Van saying
it will.
That
it'll be the Last of Us before
Last of Us. It's going to be Last of Us.
Last of Us, Cyberpunk.
Oh
no, it won't be Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk is already said to be a 2020 game. They already said Cyberpunk is going to be a spring 2020 game
for all consoles except for PlayStation.
What do you mean?
It will be PlayStation release.
Oh, you're saying that they'll do something like that?
Yep.
That game will just be on PlayStation 5 at that point.
But don't forget, Microsoft was the one that showed that game off. Like they have like a little like what PlayStation has with Red Dead. They have a little,
Oh, that's right. It was Microsoft.
Yeah, they have a little contract type thing with them. It's not exclusive. It's just they have the early crap going on.
I forget what they.
But Last of Us 2 with a PS5 is enough to sell that,
Release
and that would
exclusive.
everybody's brain would pop out, and then everything's forgiven if they did that.
But I will say this, just because I'm putting the axe to the grind on Kojima right now. If that launch game isn't Death Stranding, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
It won't last. It won't
you
last.
Have such high standards.
I'm gonna be
him.
no. Listen, I'm gonna tell you
really
something. You can call me whatever as far as Death Stranding goes.
You have so much animosity.
No, listen. He's teased us long enough. It's at least what are we talking about? 5 years now?
Cal, Metal Gear 5, bro. You forget how long that was?
No.
He gets so mad when he talks about him. I don't know why he continues to talk about him.
Ample amount of time with this game. Enough's enough.
Dude, I don't know. We don't know how long he's been working on it. And I believe that he started working on it
10 years.
When he announced it.
All right, let's put it this way. Hold on. Because you have to refresh my memory. When did he get fired from Konami?
5 years ago.
Okay, so it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Since they announced, because it was
it's been
when he was at Konami, he was working on freaking what the heck was that called? I know it was supposed to be the Silent Hill thing. It was what was the demo?
Oh,
freaking
the one that if you have the beta for it, the teaser, people were starting to sell their PlayStations for like $3,000 because they shut it off. What the fuck what was that game?
It was 2 letters. I just letters. Somebody remind me.
Yeah, no, I can't remember. I want to say RK, but it's not. That's just literally throwing it out there.
Kyle, Death Stranding is not launching with the PS5.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Death Stranding. PT, yep. Death Stranding.
Last of Us 2 is the only
2020.
one I can see.
Death Stranding 2020. That's what I give.
So, in April 2015, report service from Del Toro that Silent Hills had been canceled, with Konami officially confirming the cancellation shortly after, a move which was negatively received by critics and fans of the franchise. Kojima, Del Toro, and Reedus eventually teamed up for the upcoming Death Stranding. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong about the whole 5 years thing. I think I'm just going overboard. Because 5 years would be 2013.
Yeah.
And like 2013 was when PlayStation and Xbox came out.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Death Stranding's a ways off, and rightfully so.
He announced it because of it was to be like, hey, Konami. Like I feel like it was that because of the fact of he was pissed. Like that whole situation was bad, and he was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm working on the secret game, so kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Last of Us 2.
I really think that was it. So he literally said it when it was still drawings. Mm-hmm. He had one drawing on the board. You know what I mean? So so now he kind of fucked himself in that situation because it's again one of those things you talk about a game too early, you're setting the expectations way too far. So because most people don't understand what it takes to develop a game. So
Kyle, it would be Last of Us 2.
All right. I'm gonna pull back a little bit because I was wrong. I keep saying 5 years, but I keep getting that confused with Crackdown.
Yeah. 2020.
2016.
Oh wow.
The game was announced at E3 2016.
He said that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle's just really
going on
mad.
3.
Kyle's really mad about this.
But no. Well, I guess I'm. All right, you know. I
Kyle,
get heated about this
Metroid?
because literally we've seen just trailer for 2.5 years. It's like, can I get some gameplay? And then when we got gameplay, it was a walking montage. So it's like
the TGS trailer was better, man. The TGS trailer was good.
Yeah,
it was better at the TGS show. Yeah. I will say that.
So you got Death Stranding 2020, man?
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 is coming out next year with the PS5. Because that game looks done. That game looks completely done. They showed the entire gameplay, 40 minutes of that game, Kyle. The whole.
I don't know if it's entirely. I would say this. I'll make this argument. What I saw from Gears at E3, compared to what I saw from Last of Us at E3, I think Gears is more ready than Last of Us.
Yeah, but Gears got a release day. Gears already got a release year and everything.
That's true.
Last of Us didn't give us nothing. That's what I'm saying. I agree. Now that Van's saying PS5 next year, Van said it. PS5 next year. Launch with Last of Us 2.
Okay.
So you're changing your prediction.
Hold on. Van said that if they talk about a video game release, then it's coming out in November. I didn't say they would.
They will.
Because I am still on the fence about them even releasing a system next year.
They shouldn't release a system. They shouldn't release a system.
Andre sounded like a real politician there.
Tried to
2019.
Try to take what I said immediately. Wait a minute. Hold on.
He's gonna edit the video just so
I want to make it very clear what Van said exactly. Van did not say
exactly
that.
said that the PlayStation 5 is coming out in November 2019.
Had me thinking back like,
did I say that?
I'm like, I said that?
I'm going based off. I'm going based off of.
Like, wait,
I'm only saying that because I'm going based off of that they will come out next year. Sony's not going to be absent next year, and I think that they're going to say something about the PS5, and it's going to be.
Yeah, like I said, if they say something about PS5, then they're full-fledged in and they're ready to push. Which again, I am on the fence. I really
shouldn't be on the damn fence.
But I see no reason to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Listen. I'm going to tell you right now, Vin, because you're a
2020, yes.
I'm going to tell you.
2020, yes.
Vin.
All about 2020. If you're going to announce it 2020 and you push it 2020, I'm okay with that.
Vin, let me tell you what's wrong about this.
Uh-oh.
Your console right now is annihilating everybody.
So I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Let us stop making systems due to the fact that we're making them better than everybody else.
Let me just say this.
Well, except for the PlayStation Classic.
Let me say this. I'm saying
they have to give Nintendo. You know what? We tried to. What you guys do? Never mind.
I'm saying, man, the only thing y'all need is to Kyle, am I wrong on this?
Yes.
If next year, Kyle, listen, if next year they release the games that we all know are coming, Death Stranding, all these the big games that we know, if they release those next year, do they need a console for the next year or two? Why? Why would they need a console? You have a PS4 Pro. Y'all just are deleting the PS4 Pro like it don't exist.
Because it's already deleted.
It pretty much is already deleted.
Man.
Why they didn't put it on sale on Black Friday?
PlayStation 4 doesn't need to do anything right now besides give games.
2020. I mean, at some point in time, you got to come out with a new system.
No, I agree. I just don't think it should be 19. The end of 20, I would say.
Are you mad because Xbox is going to come up with a discless thing and they're just going to stream games and then they'll
I'm mad because I don't that is the reason I'm mad because one, they got this streaming joint coming out, whatever. The One X is doing well. First off, the One X is doing really good. The One X is selling finally. The past like 10 months, the One X has been doing great because it's been the 4K thing, the TV. Everyone's more into it.
But my question is, did Xbox shoot themselves in the foot with hardware now? Where did they pull a Sony where they dropped the Dreamcast so ahead of its time that they didn't have to, and now it's screwing them?
The only reason why it's not
because now when PlayStation, I'm not saying that's what's happening, but think about it, right? Dreamcast was one of the best systems that existed in the PlayStation and Xbox era, right? Best. Yep. The graphics were 2 generations ahead of its time, right? And no one bought it. Why? Because the company did a very bad job promoting what the system was and what it could do. Right? Xbox X is a power horse. So much of a power horse that if PlayStation is to drop their next console, right, Xbox already did. People don't care about things that already did. They want to see things that are going on now. So all they're going to do is be like, okay, well, guess what? We have a discless thing. People are going to be like, and?
No, but they have 2. That's my problem, man. That's what
Apple did the same thing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my problem. I don't want this whole small one coming out. Yes, it's going to be it's supposed to be $200, and it's supposed to stream. I'm cool with that, but they already said they're doing 2 Xboxes.
Apple was so ahead of its time that it fell back behind. And what I mean by that is they were so advanced with all their technology that they just thought that they were untouched. And they start remaking things that other people were already doing because they were so far advanced, but dropping things way too early before anyone else really could care because they were charging so much for it. And now everyone else is ahead of them. They're like, oh, guess what we added? Fingerprint scanning.
Yeah.
Well, we've had fingerprint scan for 2 years.
But that's what I'm saying, Vin. You're saying what I'm saying. My fear is now the thing you always talking about of becoming a battle.
Timing. It's all about timing.
No, because what I'm saying is the discless one comes out next year.
But PlayStation, the thing like that, like they do that next year, right? Guess what? PlayStation's already been and gone and done that. They did the discless thing with the PS Now, or whatever whatever the fuck the thing was. I can't remember. I bought it for my brother, and then they stopped selling it.
The View?
The View. No, the View is the TV station thing.
Yeah, what was the one?
I can't even remember.
I thought it was
PSTV. I think
I was gonna say that next.
I think it was the PSTV, right? Yeah. Even though it was the Vita, but it was discless. That was the purpose of it. But you could play your PlayStation 4 on it. That was the thing. You could stream it. Very bad output. But like now, Xbox would do a better version of that. But how people can see is like we've already seen this.
And that's what I'm saying. That's not post. They already said that the one coming out next year won't be a power horse. That's gonna be.
Then at that point in time, why do it now?
Because they have two, and that's what I don't want.
Yeah.
They have the discless one coming out next year. Then when the PS5 does get announced, they're going to be like, oh, but guess what, guys? We have the next one, Xbox X11, that's freaking 8K.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone's.
Project, whatever it was called.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want a power battle. Like, just game. All we want is games.
Project Unicorn. That's the next project. Project Unicorn.
No, it was. What the hell was
Project Scorpio.
This one's Scarlet. This one's Scarlet coming out.
Oh, Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Oh, Scarlet.
But then the one that's more powerful is supposed to be the freaking Scorpio X or some crap like that.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole thing with this is just about timing. Now, like I said, if PlayStation does drop the next console, that's why they dropped the Pro, and they didn't make a big deal about it. Yeah. We're just going to drop a 4K version. Just like if Xbox just dropped the S. If they just dropped the S, the S is equal to the Pro. Like, boom, there you go. Leave the fucking Scorpio. Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it. You have it. Cool. Like, perfect it. You have it already. You're already ahead of PlayStation. Just don't release it yet.
I said that the One
nope.
X.
They had to release it.
Vin, I say the One X should do what.
I mean, they had to.
I said the One X should do what computers do. Like, you should be able to take something out of it and add.
But
and
that's
just
what I'm
keep
saying.
Upgrading.
If they waited, could they have had that technology? That's what I'm saying. Like, did they have to? Is Xbox X making that much sales that it's saving them? I don't think so.
It just started this year.
Yeah, but I don't think it's what makes the difference.
Oh no. But it's been doing NPD wise. It's been.
But I think the S could have got that same outcome because guess what?
Yeah.
The S is 4K. People are not buying the X because it's more powerful. They're buying it because it's 4K.
Yeah.
You can get that on the S. Mm-hmm. So they should have stuck just with the S and saved the Scorpio for later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could have made it more powerful.
So that way, when PlayStation does drop that system,
would have a counter.
You already have one. You can't. If Xbox comes out with another one when PlayStation drops theirs, it's just gonna.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's a waste.
That's what I'm telling you they're gonna do because they said they have. Phil said they have two in the works.
Hello, cell phone.
The discless one. And they have a powerful one. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm scared of.
Hello, Note 8, 9, 10, 11, all in the same fucking year.
It's phone time. I mean, they already got phone plans for it. You know the deal they got. You can get an Xbox right now for $30 a month, a One X.
Phones.
There is one thing that PlayStation will do if they drop a system next year. They won't say Andre's favorite line.
What?
From his boy, Phil.
What?
When the X was announced.
It's not for.
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Just remember, PS5. If the PS5 is the same power,
he said that was like
as the X, they're not coming out saying it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
It's like, whoa, yeah.
But,
like it ain't for broke people. I
don't know what he was thinking when he said that.
We got that, Phil. We clearly got that.
I don't know what he was thinking when he said that.
Okay,
I don't know either.
That's your answer.
With the evolution of 4K now being as cheap as it is,
you could buy we bought a 4K TV for like less than $300.
That's what Kyle's about to say. It's getting to that point now where it is time.
Look at the Black Friday. Look at the Black Friday deals.
$250 for a 50-inch 4K TV.
That were on sale at Best Buy.
Pretty good TVs.
For TVs.
Yeah.
Pretty good TVs.
They had a 65-inch.
Kyle, didn't you get one?
Samsung. For 4K.
Yeah.
For $600.
Yep.
Kyle, didn't you just get a 4K TV, a new one?
No.
Oh, I thought you got. Who did I know that got the?
I did. No, I did. That's a secret. I can't talk about that. It's a present for. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
He's not listening, so he can't hear this. But yes, I did buy one.
He said, "Yeah, no, he did buy one, but he was."
Did buy one, but it's my father's.
Yeah, we bought a 4K for here for the PlayStation Pro. I thought the other one was a 4K that we already had. I don't think it is.
So you had one you thought it was 4K the whole time, and now you got.
Made a cleaning on Black Friday. If you had been like, "Hey, I'm going to go to Best Buy and go get these Samsungs, that 65-inch Samsungs are $600."
Well, the thing for us though is like there was so many other things we had to invest in.
Oh no, no, listen, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, like,
right.
If you had the money,
yeah,
you would have made a killing.
Yeah.
Your whole lounge would have been full of 4K
TVs.
Why do I feel like people are just now figuring out, like not us obviously, but now I feel like everyone's just starting to understand what 4K is.
No, it's not that. It's the DVD all over again, or
like Blu-ray.
The Blu-ray. The Blu-ray was out for a very long time, but it has to be incorporated into a lot. If there's no cable that supports 4K,
right.
So
that's the thing. Like now, 4K is getting to that point where it's being more incorporated into things.
It's
going to be super expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like HD TV was 10 years ago when they were talking LED.
Yep.
I remember that.
10 years ago when I was at Walmart.
1080 was thousands.
1080 was like holy moly $1,000 TVs, and plasmas were being cheap.
I would love a 4K plasma joint. Because you know we like.
I love plasmas. Yeah.
I imagine a 4K.
Can't get any blacker than black with plasma.
Especially with their screens.
Just don't sit on the sides.
Yeah. I never have issues with my plasma though, because I have a plasma at home.
That bad boy still work, don't it?
I know.
I love plasmas, man. Even though they got them big, I call it the big.
I want a new one, but I mean, that's just for selfish personal reasons. But. All right, boys. Well, was there anything else that you guys wanted to cover?
Darksiders 3 came out, man. Tuesday.
Did it really?
Yes, that no one knows about. I played about an hour of it.
I'm gonna have to red box.
It's good, man. It's good. It's good. You'll like it because we like Darksiders. We like the series. I wasn't a big fan of 2 like 1, but
I forgot.
Darksiders 3's out.
We called that. We were gonna forget.
Yep. And Red Dead Online is out for people. For people that don't know how the beta times work. It's out for everyone tomorrow. Everybody else, it was by the order of when you got the game. For everyone else, it's out online. You don't have to beat the game. You can just play.
By the order when you got the game?
Yeah, so if you had the Ultimate Edition, you got it on Tuesday. If you had the Special Edition, you got it on Wednesday. You know how Rockstar does. That's how they always do. So.
Oh.
That's it from me.
This is just for the beta?
Just for the beta.
And then next week we will talk Smash because Friday is the new Smash, so very excited.
Next week's going to be brutal.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Because Thursday is the Game Award.
Yes.
At 8:30. How am I even going to do that? The Game Awards are going to be at 8:30 at night.
So do you want me to come?
More than likely, a midnight release of Smash is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
How the hell am I going to pull that off?
Because just get Smash Digital like me and Van would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know I can't.
You have to, man.
No, I can't. I need the physical.
Then you don't have to drive nowhere.
I don't enjoy that midnight.
Yeah,
so
but
I
want the physical.
So should next week we do the show? Should I come here, Van, for the Game Awards? Like, what you want to do?
I know I'm going to put the Game Awards out there, definitely. So,
Are you doing anything for Midnight Smash?
No. I just don't want to stay. I don't want to come in at midnight if I'm getting like
Friday,
3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is Friday, all my kids are gone and Amy works in the morning. So, like, I think I'm just going to come at like 8 o'clock when my kids get on the bus and open the launch because we have a lot of characters to unlock.
Yeah.
You do have
but
a lot of characters on multiple versions.
When I get out of church Friday, I might come here. Since you're gonna be here Friday, I might just we got the building back by the way.
Oh, nice.
I might just come down the street, man, and with a few of my guys, and we just come and play.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna smash it up. So I think
I have Friday off.
So.
Okay.
I think you know what to do.
Let's go to breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
You know what we gotta do. Not even a question. So, but on that note, we are off. We will see you guys next week. Next week's a big week, and we will go over Smash. We'll go over the awards. It's going to be a fun week next week. So, Until then, we'll see you next time.
Peace.